Very happy New Year for all the children. Okay, have a good life in future and good studies. Okay, so we'll have a discussion. Yesterday we had a discussion about the election process in India, isn't it? So lesson number 16, that is paper 2. The election process in India. India is the largest democratic country in the world, and the Election Commission of India conducts elections in our country. So that's I said already, it's an autonomous body, and we have keywords and explanations of this. These particular words are very important. That's why I am saying this. So what are the different keywords and what is their explanation? You have to listen, because while reading the textbook, you can understand what is exactly. You can easily understand the lesson. So first keyword is by-election. What is meant by by-election? The by-election is an election held in a single political party constituency. Actually, the general elections means total in the country, all constitutions we have elections. But by-election means sometimes for a few constituencies happened because of some reasons. There was an emergency in some state, or any leaders were died in that particular state. So such a time we had another during the government terms of office, we have again in that particular constituencies only elections will be held. That is called by-election. Okay, next is campaigning. You all know what is campaigning. It's the campaigning means particularly in the elections time they will campaign. That means they will propaganda about their manifesto, about their party, and what are the guiding principles of their party, and these are all they will explain to the people in associations, and they form associations and all. So such a time they will campaign in these their manifesto. Manifesto means whatever the rules and regulations of their party, and what are the guiding principles, what are they are going to do with that. If they won in the elections, what they will going to do for the people, that all they will campaign. So that is propaganda about their party. And next is Chief Election Commissioner. This Chief Election Commissioner is the head of the Election Commission of India. In olden days, that means in few years back, there is only one Election Commissioner of India is there. Now they are, because of the increasing population and constituencies, increasing the constituencies and all, we have now two Chief Election Commissioners are there. Next is civil services. What are the civil services? The permanent professional branches of a state administration. For state administration, we need a very big and for administration there is a lot of officers are needed, and they should be educated, very well educated in all aspects, all departments. They should have knowledge about science, about agriculture, about industries, about mines and all. So the civil services in that the particular people will study the civil service, and they will become the administrators like IAS, IPS, and these are all the divisions in that. And next is Code of Conduct. What is this Code of Conduct? A set of rules outlining the social norms and rules and responsibilities, proper practices, and individually and party wise. So these are all Code of Conduct. That means how in an election procedure, how they have to behave, and what are the terms and conditions, norms, what are the norms, and what are the rules and regulations are there. These are all will be described in this Code of Conduct. Okay, that is called Code of Conduct. And the next one is community. This community is a group of people living in the same place with the more common benefits. Everybody will have electricity, so a safe drinking water, and transport, everything. So this is all the common needs, the people are staying together. Then that is called a community. Next is democratic nation. What is democratic nation? Democratic nation, a system of government which power is vested with the people, who rule either directly or indirectly. What is democratic nation? For example, you take India. India is a democratic, very biggest democratic nation. Why? Because here the power is vested with the people. Power is vested with the people, either directly or indirectly. That means we are electing some representatives through adult offences, this is through voting right, then the people will be, those people will be elected representatives. We are electing representatives, and elected representatives are ruling the country. That's why it is called a democratic nation. Democracy means it is a majority of the people's opinion will be taken into consideration. Majority of the people. That means most of the people decision we are taking here, and we are ruling the country. That's why it is called a democratic nation. Next, one more important thing is Delimitation Commission. What is this Delimitation Commission? A commission established by Government of India under provisions of the Delimitation Commission Act. The main task of this commission is redraw the boundaries of various assemblies and Lok Sabha constitutions and based on a recent census. So what is delimitation? Delimitation means a commission for the elections, a delimitation commission will establish. So that commission will see how many constitutions are there all over the country and how to divide them to each constituency, and how many people were there, and which is the highest constituency, like that everything demarcation is being done. So that is called delimitation. How many people there in a particular constituency, in Telangana, in Andhra Pradesh, like that many constituencies. So they have to decide how many constitutions should be there, and how many people will be there in a particular constitution, and how many constitutions will be in a state, like that they will demarcate all the things. So that is called Delimitation Commission. Delimitation Commission will do all these practices for the Lok Sabha. And next one is EV, electorate. Electorate means all the persons of a country or area who are entitled to vote in an elections. They are entitled to vote in election. That means how many are casting their vote, that is different. But how many people were there to this term general elections? How many people are there to get the right vote to? They cast the vote. Because of that only they have to arrange all the things. How many ballot papers they have to produce, how many constitution should provide, everything. So that is called electorate. Those men, how many people will having a voting right is called electorate. Next, EVM, electronic voting machine. That was recently in the 526 time of elections. They started this EVM, electronic voting machine. See, once upon a time it's a very olden practice. We have to write their name, or they have to party symbol and all. We have to close the paper and we have to keep in the ballot box. So that is a different process. But now, even though if they are illiterate, they are not known of how to do and all, just everything will be there. The symbols will be one side and the names will be one side, the party names and all. So here the buttons will be there. So whichever they write, they have to pick that button. They have to press the button. That is called electronic voting machine. Immediately that vote will be considered in that particular party. So this is called EVM, electronic voting machine. Next is general election. An election of representatives to a legislative form constituencies throughout the country. Throughout the country, how many constituencies are there, and how to conduct all over the country. At a time they will conduct general election by the Election Commissioner of India. Okay, that is called general election. Next is legislative body. A parliament comprising 2 houses or chambers. Its equivalent exercising legislative power at a sub-state administrative level. Legislative body means the total country, which depends on 3 organs. Okay, what are the 3 organs? Legislative, executive and judicial. So in this, the legislative body is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha people, those who are passing the laws, they are called, that body is called legislative body. It's Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, lower house and upper house. And next one is Lok Sabha. So what is Lok Sabha? House of people, lower house of India's parliament. Lok Sabha is lower house, and India's parliament upper house is Rajya Sabha, upper house. So the upper house, lower house is more power than upper house. Why? Because the Lok Sabha members, those are MLAs and democratic country, those who are directly elected by the people, they have more power. But again, these we are directly electing some MLAs and all, they will be electing these Rajya Sabha members. That's why they have less powers. They have because they are indirectly elected by the people, and Lok Sabha house have directly elected by the people. So that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Next, to midterm elections. A type of elections where the people can elect their representatives in the middle of the term of the execution or another set of members. So sometimes there is a problem arises in any particular few constituencies, any disturbances happen. So such a time will elect a few constituencies only will have elections. So such elections are called midterm elections. Next is NATO, NATO. That is none of the above. None of the above. NO, NATO, none of the above means sometimes for short is known as against or scratch the vote. Against or scratch the vote. Why we scratch the vote? Sometimes we don't like in a particular constituency, we don't like any member because everybody is they are not good enough to elect them. So such times we have an opportunity. Recently we got this. We have an opportunity that we can scratch out the vote, or we don't want anybody in that particular constituency. So that is called none of the above. None of the above. But that means nobody we don't like. So such even such numbers also will be noticed. Next is postal ballot. An election whereby ballot papers are distributed to electors and returned by post in control to electors voting in person at a polling station or electronically via an electronic voting system. So postal ballots mean sometimes that particular person is not there when the election is going on because of some reasons, because he is due to transfer or somewhere, that particular time he was not available. So such a time what they have to do is even they can utilize that postal ballot also. Postal ballot also they can utilize it. If they are somewhere in the far than this constituency voting, then they can give by 5 o'clock or by that time they can give the postal, through postal they can send their vote. Okay, that is called postal ballot. And next is returning officer. The official of each constituency, an electorate who conducts the election and announces the result. There are two officers will be there, returning officer and presiding officer. The returning officer is completely he take care of till elections on that particular day, from the beginning of the elections to end of the election, what is going on, that will be taken care by the returning officer. And presiding officer, in every polling booth, the officer will be there taking care of that particular polling booth. He is called a presiding officer. So that is the difference between these two. And universal adult franchise, last one, that is universal adult franchise. Though you all know that what is universal adult franchise, those who are complete 18 years old and being a citizen of India, irrespective of caste, creed and all, you will have a voting right. That is called universal adult franchise. Okay children, we just go through these keywords and tell me in next Zoom class I will ask everyone these keywords. Okay children, have a nice day. Thank you.